Fala pessoal, bem-vindos de volta a mais um vídeo. Hoje a gente vai começar o ato 4. A gente fez o ato 3 completo aqui no vídeo passado. Agora a gente vai iniciar o ato 4. E esses são os equipamentos atuais que a gente está usando. Basicamente aqui eu consegui linkar os 4 azuis aqui na bota. E aqui eu coloquei o invocar espectro, dano do lacaio, convocar fantasma. Então toda vez que o espectro que eu invocar aqui der dano, ele tem chance de convocar um fantasma para dar mais dano, certo? E legião infernal. Eu nem sei se isso aqui vai servir muito bem, mas coloquei mais para testar. As outras continuam iguais aqui. Pureza, clareza. O convocar esqueleto também com dano de lacaio, velocidade de lacaio e escudo de carne. Aqui no capacete eu não linkei nada praticamente. Só tem aqui o investida com escudo. O evocar zumbi tem o chance de envenenar e convocar fantasma. Então essas duas habilidades aqui tem chance de convocar fantasma. E aqui é aquele... convocar espírito furioso, que é aqueles crânios ali que destroem o inimigo. Bom, beleza. Vamos começar então. Deixa eu pegar o portal aqui. No vídeo passado também a gente fez a ascendência, né? Então a gente pegou a ascendência de necromante e pegou as habilidades aqui para aumentar o dano do lacaio aqui, né? Efeito de aura. E o comandante das trevas, que auras de suas habilidades concedem 3% de aumento de velocidade de ataque e conjuração. Você e os aliados próximos causam dano aumentado em 30%. E vocês e os aliados próximos têm mais 30% de resistências elementais. Então a gente tá com a resistência elemental aqui bem alta, somando com os equipamentos, né? Vou pegar o marcador aqui. Vamos lá para o aqueduto. E a nossa primeira missão aqui do ato 4 é viajar para Highgate. Então bora lá. Aqui eu vou fazer o seguinte, vou convocar essa criatura aqui. Não sei se tá... Apesar que a vida dela é bem curtinha, né? Será que é por conta dos links? Porque aquela estátua que eu tinha invocado ali, ela ficou... Ficou por bastante tempo. Deixa eu ver se é essa habilidade aqui. Eu acho que é o link aqui que tá fazendo. É isso mesmo, porque ele fica queimando. Então não faz sentido. Tá, isso aqui, esse teste já falhou. Certo? Então vou colocar a criatura aqui. Eu não sei se dá pra pegar mais de uma. Não dá. Por enquanto eu só consigo invocar uma. Vou ficar com essa criatura voadora bizarra aqui, que ela é mais rápida. Tô sempre apertando o caps lock. que é melhor pegar essa criatura aqui, né? Deixa eu testar. Porque ela é muito, eu achei ela meio lenta aqui pra andar. Ela é meio devagar. Não sei se vai dar certo não. Melhor ficar com o bicho voador lá mesmo. Vou ficar com essa criatura aqui mesmo. Mas que isso? São umas baratas, velho. O drop nesse mapa tá bem ruim. Não veio nenhum item raro direito. Tá, aqui é Highgate, beleza. Vamos ver essa lore aqui. Só vou revelar o mapa o máximo que der. Tá, aqui chega no limite, então ele tá todo revelado aqui. Vamos ler a nota. Capitão Vincent, Highgate guarda o segredo da verdadeira origem das gemas. Limpe as montanhas dos parasitas Maraquete e guarde a entrada daquelas minas. Não me decepcione, Vincent. Como você sabe, meu desprazer pode mudar um homem. Piety. Certo, chegamos em Highgate. Vamos falar com a Diala. Pegar as quests aqui. Eu não tô com nenhum equipamento interessante, né? Vou vender tudo.
We opened the gates to you for two reasons only: dominance and piety. They made themselves our enemies. You made them dead. Now, Oyan believes there is a third reason. The beast is our enemy. Perhaps you can make it dead as well. I have seen the look in Piety's eyes. I see the look in your eyes, which it is not as different as I had hoped. No matter. The knife in your hand is better than the spear in the rack. Oyan has ordered me to help you, to trade with you. I have risked much to gather weapons and armor for this Akara. I've scavenged on the fringes of Vol's encampment and scouted the dead city. Let us see if you can offer any value in return.
Tá, vamos ver o que ela tá vendendo aqui. Então tem algumas armaduras. Nada de interessante. Vou aproveitar e vou vender aqui.
You will be remembered.
Tá, a gente já falou com a Kira. Vamos falar com Petaros e Vanja.
You are most welcome here, sister. What you did back there in San, it was truly
terrifying. Don't get me wrong, Piety, the rest, they had it coming. But there's no one like that here. These Maraketh, they're good people.
She knows that. Please, sister, ignore Petaros.
My grandfather was a captain in the Ebony Legion. My father too, and me. Just following the path that had been laid out for me.
Until you met me.
Yes, until I met the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen.
Behind bars. An exile waiting to become an experiment. Not quite how I imagined meeting the man of my dreams.
I realized then that I wasn't part of the Ebony Legion anymore. I'd become a blackguard like every other damned legionnaire in San, taking orders from a madman.
Pataris freed me and led us here.
I'd heard about the Marrakech from those few legionnaires who survived the assault on Highgate.
And I talked them into harboring us.
Vanya can be very persuasive when she wants to be.
Ah, o nome dela na verdade não é Vanja, não. Se pronuncia Vanya.
Kira is a racist bully with that fancy hair crest of hers stuck so far up her.
Come on, Vanya. She's a warrior. It's not her job to be nice. It's her job to defend.
Look all lithe and sweaty when you're watching her train. That's the only job you're interested in.
I'm studying the Marrakech fighting style.
Sure you are, sweetie. We've a few bits and pieces lying about that might help with what's to come.
Bits and pieces. I risked my neck to salvage those artifacts.
I know, sweetie, and I really appreciate your artifacts.
You didn't say that when I brought them in. You said, "Is that all?"
You'd been gone for ages.
And you think you could do a quicker job?
Yes, if you'd let me, yes.
No. Not for all the jewelry in the world. What if I lost you?
Okay, I'm sorry. We have charms and regalia sourced at great risk from some of the most dangerous places in Wraeclast. Better?
Yes, thank you.
I heard of the beast before coming here. Piety talked about it. I suppose she saw no point in keeping secrets from the people she was planning to murder.
I'm so sorry, Vanya.
God, it's not your fault, Pataris. But Piety used to say that the beast was the source of her power. How she managed to turn poor men and women into those things. She kept using a phrase. What was it?
Universal transmogrification. I heard her assistants talk about it too.
The power to change the world into anything you like.
Bloody scary power in the hands of someone like Piety.
Bloody scary powerful stop.
Vamos dar uma olhada aqui. Então eles vendem cintos, frascos de mana. Olha, esse frasco de mana aqui é 700. 700, ele é bom. Qualquer coisa aqui, se eu não achar um frasco melhor, eu venho aqui e pego um desse. Alguns colares.
Good luck.
Tassuni.
I am Tassuni, he who peers into the gloom, who hears the black hearts that thunder within the mountain deep. If you seek enlightenment, find a torch. If you seek to understand the nightmare, I can help feel your way through the darkness. I stare into the eyes of madness, witch. I see a hunger for power that nightmare would most generously satiate, should you choose to ask it. Keela rides more swiftly and strikes more truly than any other Dakara here. If only she could learn to think as swiftly as she rides and speak as truly as she strikes. Better and worse are judged not on the talents one prizes, but the talents one needs. Pataris and Vanya, two mouths that speak from one mind. When together, they express some quite interesting thoughts. When apart, well, half a thought isn't really even a thought, is it?
Negociar cartas. Ah, então aquelas cartinhas que a gente tá dropando, ele dá pra trabalhar com ele aqui.
Tortured, yet unbroken.
Beleza. Tem um outro NPC aqui. Aqui é a Diala. Então deixa eu falar com os outros NPCs ali embaixo. Na verdade não é outro NPC. Selo de Deshret. As portas estão trancadas por um selo. Beleza. Vou falar com o Nico.
Seems like the rains brought out a few worms. Don't think I'm an easy mark, Exile. I've spent more than enough time around exiles to know which way the dagger's pointing, and I'll happily give it a shove in your direction if you try anything wormy. I'm conducting a little dig, the sort of enterprise that could make someone with your particular skill set a very handsome living. Don't worry, you'll not be moving much dirt. No. Why smash rocks when you could smash skulls, eh? Hey, mate, what's going on? Came all the way here to see what's what in this famous mine, but there's a bloody big glowing wall blocking it. Can't squeeze through. Stay in the light, Exile.
Então a gente não consegue entrar nessa mina ainda. Então vamos ver o que precisa ser feito depois. Vamos falar com a Diala aqui então.
The time has come, not a cockroach, to crawl up into the bowels of this nightmare, traverse its innards, and rip out its corrupted heart. Oyun will help us. Go on now. Hobnob with the Maraketh matriarch. Learn what needs to be learned, and quickly. There's a filthy darkness down in that mountain, and it's reeking with impatience to meet you. Don't die, please.
You come to us, a woman like us, and yet nothing like us. While we cloak ourselves in tradition and war, you cloak yourself in thaumaturgy and fear. And that is why you will kill the beast within the mountain. Lady Diala has told me this. She has much faith in you, witch. The question is, can we Maraketh share in her faith? Sekema Deshret sealed the mines, trapped the nightmare within its black den. The beast should never have been imprisoned. The beast should have been destroyed, yet for all her ferocity, it seemed that Deshret lacked the courage to do so. And now, after 2 centuries guarding this hole in the ground, this Akara lacks the strength. But you are not Deshret, and you are not one of us. You will succeed where we have failed. Deshret's banner will break the seal and open the mines. It was taken from her when she fell to Vol, the brittle emperor. Take the stairs to the southwest. Descend to the dried lake. You shall have no trouble finding the brittle emperor. You'll smell him before you see him. Bring Deshret's banner home, and you will be free to pass into the darkness as you wish.
Então, aparentemente aqui na lore do game, o pessoal foi fazendo experiência com essas gemas de poder e acabou invocando uma entidade que eles chamam de besta aqui, que é isso que está causando esse problema na ilha de Wraeclast aqui, né?
The Maraketh once stood united under Deshret's banner. That was before the plagues, the tempests, the corruption. Deshret rode here with this Akara, the Kiato, to put an end to the beast's curse, and upon the very threshold of the darkness, she faltered. Perhaps she saw that King Kalm had gone there before her and not returned. Or perhaps the nightmare simply overcame Deshret's seemingly indomitable courage. Either way, she chose not to ride into the mountain to slay the beast. She closed and sealed the mines and committed this Akara to Highgate's guardianship. The tempests, the plagues, they passed. Of their own accord, or because of Deshret's seal, we do not know. But what I do know is this. When Deshret vowed to watch over these mines, she simply traded one curse for another. Vol and his unmen have dipped their fleshless claws into the lifeblood of the Maraketh since the day this Akara tethered its roer here. Such is the way with men of war. Remove their tongues, yet still they thirst for blood. Remove their bellies, yet still they hunger for battle. Remove their manhood, yet still they lust for conquest. I will make allies of whomever I deem useful. We have observed the actions of both Blackguard and Exile, and it is Pitaris and Vanya who give meaning to those actions. This Akara has not mixed with other than its own for over 200 years. The outside world has now discovered us, so it is time that we discovered it. Kira has the blood of Deshret in her veins and the bonds of Deshret in her mind. Her loyalty to her Akara is admirable. Her loyalty to the past is not. Tasuni has been corrupted since the day he was born. Maraketh tradition would have it that such a warped child be left upon the moonlit plain for the gods to adopt. Tasuni was not taken by the gods that night. Such a thing has never happened before in our Akara. Now we know why. Tasuni is a man caught between two worlds, our world of light and the beast's world of darkness. He is our scout in the black, and without him, Nightmare would remain beyond our understanding. And an enemy you cannot know is an enemy you cannot fight. Diala wishes the beast dead, but why? Why would a nightmare wish to kill a nightmare? A question of great interest, yet little importance. It does not matter why the sun rises and sets, as long as it continues to do so.
Beleza. Vamos pegando duas missões aqui. O Eterno Pesadelo. Encontre o caminho para as montanhas. E quebrando o selo. Encontre o estandarte de Dashret no Lago Seco. Tá. Vamos fazer esse aqui do quebrando o selo. Vamos aqui pro Lago Seco.
How do I keep ending up in such lovely places?
Caraca, que bicho é esse, mano? Olha que bicho feio. Aproveitar e colocar o ponto, né? Opa!
Thaumaturgy just keeps getting the better of you, doesn't it?
I vowed to care for this empire with my eyes open. I lied to myself. Blinded by my lust for purity, I placed my faith in the most corrupt of men. I watch now as my legion dies, their flesh melting from their twisted bones. They fall and rise. A tide of mortal death and eternal damnation. I feel it now in my own flesh. The heat, the corruption. I have failed you, my empire of purity. Do not forgive me. Please, beg of you. Survive me.
Será que dá pra pegar esse Val aqui como... Não dá, né? Não deixa. E olha o dedo de novo. Voltamos para Highgate.
What do you need now?
Aqui já é interessante, já vou trocar esse aqui. Ah, não, é que eu tô na venda, né? Tá. Sempre esqueço disso. Opa, esse aqui não.
May fear guide you.
Tá, vamos falar com a Kira aqui pra ver as coisas que ela tem pra falar.
What do you need now? I've led many a war party against Vol and his unmen, and I've seen too many of my Dakara die. I shall look for your return, but I shall not expect it. As we give strength to the outside, we grow weaker on the inside. First, there was Pataris and Vanya. Now there is you. It shows how little faith Oyan has in us, in her own Akara, that she would treat blackguards and exiles with such admiration. Oyan is my Sikema, my commander. I am her Dakara, her warrior. I defend this Akara as Oyan sees fit. Whether Oyan is fit to see what is best for his tribe, it is not for me to say. My mother gave Tasuni to the gods. The gods gave him back, and I thank them for it every day. Given the choice, I would never have chosen Tasuni as my brother. But then, family is not about what you want. It is about what you need. When a woman forgets how to die, a woman forgets how to live. Deshret said that to her Dakara on the day she killed Titusius, scourge of the Maraketh. I say this of Diala. When a woman knows nothing of life, how can she care for the living? I'm watching you.
Vamos quebrar o selo aqui.
Look at that. See that? One moment, big blades. Next moment, gone. Should be able to go in there now. Heard this place reeked of voltaxic sulfite back in the day. I was planning on having a wander down there, only I think I can hear things shuffling around down there. And I'm more of a lover than a fighter. Actually, if you're headed in there, maybe you could do us a favour. See, I run a little mining operation of my own. Mining's dangerous at the best of times, but it's suicidal without a proper source of light. I've got lights, just ain't got no power. Run on voltaxic sulfide, they do. Nasty rocks. Stink like a dozen eggs rotting in the summer sun on the back of a whale carcass. And they're less stable than the high temper on a bad day. Bloody toxic too. Keep your nostrils peeled for some voltaxic sulfite while you're down there. Or anywhere, really. See that? One moment. Big.
Isso aqui a gente já viu.
Ta-da.
Vou falar com a Oyun.
The rapture is our hope, our desperation. It will set the nightmare to boil, cook that nice, big, fishy in its own whining brine. Listen with all of your ears, not a cockroach. The Rapture was Malachai's most wondrous creation. The only fire hot enough to burn the beast from existence. And its fuel? A gemling queen. Blood and flesh and gem. Yet my selfish self did not want to burn away, and so the fire was but a tiny spark. The spark of a cataclysm. I am sorry, my love, my Malachi. Go to it, not a cockroach. Find the Rapture. Make me sorry no more. Vol the Pure, they called him. Vol the Murderer, I call him. In his name, an emperor was murdered. In his name, an empire was murdered. Yes, it was Malachai's lips that kissed me. Yes, it was Malachai's hand that led me to the Rapture. No, no, and no again. It was Vol's words that put me there. The Rapture was to rend open the hide of nightmare and broil the beast's bitter innards in the sweet fire of mortality. The vessel was strong and oh so willing. The medicine was oh so weak. Don't die, please.
The gate is open, and the darkness calls. Good hunting, Cursebreaker.
Tá, é que ela já deu uma recompensa. Vou pegar esse convocar Golem.
We read the land, learn its stories. Kalm and his warriors entered those mines some 20 years before Deshret sealed the mines and bound our Kara to this mountain. Neither soil nor stone speak of Kalm's return. Perhaps he is dead, or perhaps he merely wishes he was. After all, anything seems possible. Act with care.
Então a gente tem que pegar esse dispositivo arrebatador aqui. Vamos falar com Tasuni.
The gate is open, and now I hear her voice as clearly as if she was sitting right here with me. Words of a dead woman, reverberating up from the depths of Highgate. A spirit chained, yet not enslaved. Tortured, yet unbroken. That dead woman is Deshret, and our red Sakema longs to return to the dust of her Visteri. Free her, and I shall reward you as my gifts allow. The Maraketh are stranded in the sandstorm of reflection and regret. We look to our Sakema to lead us out. Yet the sandstorm is all she knows. She needs me. Her eyes and ears in the darkness, but she will never comprehend my gifts. The Maraketh.
Cliquei no errado aqui.
Diala has the form of a woman, yet the substance is 1 part corruption and 9 parts death. One day soon, you will see how lifeless she truly is. In destroying Vol, you have avenged many a pretty bloodied nose around here. Well done, you. Of course.
Então tem um espírito indomável aqui, encontra o espírito de Deshret e o eterno pesadelo que é no mapa seguinte. Então a gente vai fazer essa daqui como... E talvez essa daqui do Nico também, que já tá tudo no mesmo mapa. Essa do Golem caótico. Deixa eu ver aqui ela. Pera aí. Máximo um Golem convocado. Concede. Golem. Concede 3% de redução de dano físico. Tá. Vou colocar o Golem aqui. Vou colocar um dano do lacaio. Certo? E aqui eu vou... Cadê? Convocar um golem caótico. Beleza. Coloquei a habilidade ali.
Yes?
Emperor Vola's dead, for good this time.
And the entrance to the mine stands open. I suppose you'll be heading down there
To free us from the sickening supremacy of nightmare.
I was going to say to kick some nightmare ass.
I think I put it better.
Of course you did, sweets. Diala was there when it all went bad. If anyone can help put things right...
Why would she? Wraeclast has been like this for almost 300 years. What's made her want to do something about it now?
She's the Gemling Queen, Vanya. There's no way we could understand what goes on in that mind of hers.
I know. And that's precisely what worries me. Oyun gave us a home.
Our lives back.
Appreciate the good ones when you find them in Wraeclast.
It's not like there are many. Tasuni, he's a con man.
Vitaris just doesn't understand him.
I understand that he gets his every need catered for by talking in riddles and telling lies.
The truth about the nightmare. He makes sense of the chaos as best he can.
How can we possibly know whether what he's telling us is the truth or not?
We can't. But who else is there to ask? Bye.
Beleza. Vamos entrar na mina aqui, nível 1. Vamos invocar um golem.
Yes, it's around. Pleased to see you too. Life is short. Deal with it.
This'll do nicely, Exile. Ah, this is the stuff. Good nose, Exile. You find more and I'll come right over. Don't touch it. Stuff will send you mad without the right precautions. You think I want to be dressed like this? Tell you what, how about we take a look around my mine? Talk to me when you're ready to go. This is the stuff. Good nose, Exile. You find more and I'll come right. Stay in the light. Another goodbye. Stay in the light.
aqui a missão tá completa do Nico.
Greetings.
Vamos visitar o acampamento dele só pra ver se tem alguma coisa lá.
Looks like shite, eh? Well, don't judge a mine by its entrance. Eternals used to pull all sorts of goodies out of these rocks, and they never had my secret weapon. Just inside the mine shaft is my creaky little crawler. Took one of the old Eternal torture devices and repurposed it. Oh, it can still tear your skin off like peeling a fruit, but hopefully it won't try to. Instead, it can lay down a daisy chain of lights powered by that voltaxic sulfite. You want to be on the lookout for more of that, mind you. This big beauty next to me? My pride and joy. Feeds crawler with refined and purified sulfite, and it's capable of taking all sorts of the raw materials strewn below. The darkness within those walls is unnatural. It does not fade in the presence of light. It retreats like a living beast. I'd not wander too far from the lamps if I were you. Been working on this machine on and off for years. Grew up in Oriath. Used to love the city. Spent my youth combing the woods around it for sulfite. No one else knew how to handle the stuff, but the Templar had a voracious appetite for it. Needed it to power whatever godforsaken machines they were building. Made a very healthy living for myself until, well, let's just say, for a while I thought I was a prophet. The Templar don't take so kindly to people calling themselves prophets. Locked me up in a madhouse, but I dug me way out. The Templar like escapees even less than they like false prophets. So here I am, digging around in eternal rubble. Been working on this machine
cortado o diálogo
for
aqui.
years. Hard to really test it without the raw materials from the mine. You're here now, though, so maybe that will change. This beauty can take the azurite you find in there and turn it into flares and dynamite. Enough azurite, and I can make this thing more efficient than it already is. Able to hold a lot more sulfite and able to make better flares and dynamite. See you later.
Vou usar o baú. Vamos guardar. Voltar para as minas. Deixa eu investigar o que tem ali embaixo. Aqui tem um caminho aqui, ó, no mapa. Aqui não tem nada, beleza.
Let me.
Aqui tá fechado? Deixa eu dar uma olhada. É, não tem caminho pra cá. Caramba, vou pegar esse... Aqui não dá pra pegar... Não dá pra pegar o golem também. Carta Val. Eu devia ter tirado seu último suspiro, mas tudo que eu tirei foi seu sangue. Doriane. tomará minha cabeça de manhã, e eu devo agradecer minhas mãos trêmulas por isso. Deixa eu aproveitar e revelar esse escudo aqui. É que esse aqui dá dano com lacaio, né? Mas esse é um bom escudo. Caralho, congelei.
Too much clutter.
Veias de cristal. Ah, tá do outro lado. Libere o espírito de Shrek.
So many more trapped spirits in this place. I can feel them.
Tá, aqui. A missão aqui acabou. Agora a gente provavelmente vai ter que entrar naquela outra porta lá. Depois eu volto lá na vila pra pegar a recompensa.
Don't be frightened, little mountain. It'll all be over soon.
This seems like a good area to build a hideout, but it's filled with monsters. Can you clear it of everything dangerous? This seems like a good area. Hello.
Vamos limpar o refúgio aqui pra Helena. É bem curtinho, foi bem rapidinho esse aqui.
Curious. With the death of the last monster here, the very air itself feels different. I wouldn't use the word purified, but you've definitely negated the pile over this place. I'll stay here for now and make sure nothing dangerous re-emerges. Hello.
É a mesma carta, pô.
Too much clutter.
Aqui é o fim do mapa. Vamos continuar explorando para liberar essa área aqui. Tá, mapa completo.
The Rapture device has absorbed its fill of harvested life from fury and desire. It is ready. So am I. I know now that I was born to be the end and the beginning of the Empire. The beast has made this clear to me. As clear and undeniable as the sacrifice I must now make. My Lady Diara, my love, my life's greatest achievement. She must leave me now, for she cannot follow, and she will perish if she remains. And so I will ask of her more than she would ever give. I will betray her. I will break her heart, so that I do not break her soul.
Deixa eu voltar lá na cidade. Falar com a Kira aqui.
Deshret has ascended and returned, as we all must, to the dust of Vestiri. The Red Sakema's dishonor has passed, and for that, outsider, I will always be grateful. Yet honor lies not in whether an act is committed. Honor lies in how an act is committed. What does it say of the Maraketh when we are forbidden to attend to our own? What does it say of Oyan and her belief in her own blood, our own honor? Deshret's banner flies at the mine's entrance, and now the darkness gapes, hungry and expectant. Our Red Sakema sealed that gate for a reason, not simply to prevent the beast from reaching out, but to hinder those fools who would disturb its slumber. And here you are, about to be swallowed by that darkness. Let us hope the beast doesn't notice your passing. Hundreds of our Dakara have fallen to Vol and his legion throughout the years. They died defending their Akara. Now Vol is gone, killed by an outsider. You bask in the glory, Exile, while I honor the dead. I'm watching you.
I felt it, saw it. The storm of her release. Our Red Sakema is free to mingle once more with the red earth of our birthplace. Deshret was the howling wind, the lash and bite of the driving dust. Our wild Vestiri is weakened by her absence no longer. You've done yourself proud today, Exile. Righted a wrong that we Maraketh have borne for far too long. And of course, as promised, you shall be rewarded. I felt it. You've done yourself proud today, Exile.
Ponto de passiva, 2 de restituição. Deixa eu olhar a atriz skill aqui. Para onde que a gente pode andar? Então aqui a gente já vai começar a pegar outras coisas. Então a gente vai pegar aqui, ó, resistência a gelo, resistência a gelo máxima e todas as resistências elementais aqui. Ah, eu tinha que pegar isso aqui também, a vida máxima e vida máxima também. Então, os próximos pontos. Ah, e aqui também tem que completar. Já tô até esquecendo aqui. Eu tenho que pegar esses dois aqui primeiro. Mas beleza. Deixa eu sair. Vamos voltar lá pro mapa.
You know, not a cockroach. Had I accepted my place, my rapturous role, the beast would be no more, no less, no anything at all. My selfishness tickled the beast's fancy and had laughed the world I knew away. Yet I have had much time to think on my lonesome, much time to wonder. Wonder if the rapture really needs to eat a gemling queen. maybe something else will get its catastrophic juices slavering. Something like eyeball soup, the eye of fury, the eye of desire. Pretty gems for our pretty designs. But where could they be? Don't fret now. I have my suspicions. Calm, the sovereign of slaughter. He remains and suffers his delusions right here in the halls of nightmare. Fury is all he knows, so fury Calm will have. Deresso, king of swords, damned by desire. Oh, aren't we all? He's down here too, and desire's curse remains his to bear. Go on, not a cockroach. Bring me the crown jewels so that we might wake the rapture and finally put an end to this pestering beast. Old axe for brains. Calm had Eternals dragged from their homes all over the south coast. Like sheep, he butchered them, no matter how desperately they bleated. He adorned his doorways with the heads of women and children. What makes a hero or a villain? It depends who you ask. The Sword King. Before my time. Beyond my time. Where is time anyway when you need it? Never stand still. That's the problem. Except if you are Deresso. Petrified with love he is. A love he doesn't realize is long, long, long gone.
Tá, então a gente
Ta-ta.
precisa, para ativar o dispositivo aqui, a gente precisa das duas gemas, do K1 e do Daresso. E aqui já liberou duas quests aqui, uma para pegar o olho do desejo e o olho da fúria, certo? Vou fazer o caminho do K1 primeiro aqui. Esse bicho fica batendo palma toda hora, mano.
Ancestors' halls. They were empty. I dreamed of the north, of an offering left to us by Tukuhama. An offering that will save the Karui. I needed only to take it. I gathered my finest 500. I brought them here. I claimed what Tukuhama had promised me.
bom desse mapa é que ele não é muito labiríntico, né? Ele é mais tranquilo de navegar aqui.
precious to waste on you.
What do you want? You will be remembered.
porra é essa, velho? Deixa eu investigar o que tem pra cá, porque tem alguma coisa ali que tava me dando muito dano. Deixa eu até ativar aqui a poção.
We crushed the servants of Kitava beneath our heels as we marched across the land. I allowed not one of my 500 to fall. The blood of the ancestors surged in our veins, and each and every one of my warriors earned Tukohama's mark upon their skin. We descended into the heart of Wraeclast, and there he came to me, Tukohama. He asked of me a sacrifice. I gave it willingly. My axe fell 500 times, the jade drinking its fill of Karui blood. Tukohama was pleased.
Fortaleza de Caon. Então a gente já tá no mapa. Opa, já tá no mapa certo aqui da missão. Vamos ler a lore aqui.
The Eternals opened the gate and invited Kitava into this land. The Karui paid the price. Kitava cut us off from the ancestors, raised the remembered as his children, tortured our dreams. Kitava murdered the Karui way. I will found a new way, for I have been chosen. I gather my forces so that I might wage war on Kitava. I am the son of Tukohama, and I will lead the Karui back to glory.
Tava não. Quando começou a travar assim, eu fui desconectado do servidor. Desconectado de novo. Não é possível isso. Voltou. Voltou. Aparentemente não fui desconectado não, mas... O servidor deu um lag aqui absurdo.
has soaked this land in his filth. I will crush the corruption from your bones, drain your black blood upon this sacred ground. Brothers and sisters, I honor you with a warrior's death. Your spirits will fight by my side when we march against Kitava. You will be given in service to Tukohama. You will be remembered with glory.
Caldeira de Caon. Chegou a arena do mestre aqui. Rapidinho, já derretemos o cara. Bom, aqui a gente vai voltar. Guardar as paradas no baú. Vamos pegar um marcador e a gente volta pra veias de cristal aqui. Certo? Vamos falar com a Diala.
Pried the fury from Calm's dead hand, did you? Or is it dead again hand? Or re-dead hand? Or is undeath really just death with benefits? In which case, you didn't kill Calm because he was already dead. It's all a bit of a grey area, really. And completely beside the point. Don't die, please.
I am Dareso, the Sword King. It was here in the pits of Theopolis that I made my name, killing rabid dogs and wild boars before I could even be considered a man. In this, so glorious of arenas, I care nothing for your past, only your future. And for that, you will have to fight.
É tipo uma arena. Arena de gladiador. Beleza, liberado. Esse mapa também só tem um caminho a seguir aqui, né? Não é labiríntico. Agora que eu reparei, eu nem ativei as habilidades aqui, ó. Por isso que eu tava tomando bastante dano. Aí, agora deu uma bifurcação aqui. Vamos ver o que tem do outro lado. Se o mapa continua. Não, aqui tá fechado, beleza.
Too much clatter.
Yet but who any stinking flock were simply an audition. Let us see how you fare in the grand arena of Theopolis.
Deixa eu guardar algumas coisas lá. Eu joguei no lugar errado, né? Grande arena.
Welcome to the grand arena of Theopolis. It is here that I first laid eyes upon my true purpose. My lady and friend. It is our inspiration that defines us. What do you fight for, gladiator? Hundreds of warriors tried to lay claim to the same title as I, but I defeated them all. Victory goes not to the able, but to the ambitious.
Ah, esse Daresso é o cara que deu a joia ali pra Merveio, né? E ela acabou virando uma sereia. Se não me engano, a gente leu um documento sobre isso. Vamos lá, arena, hein? Touro lutador. Tá, aparentemente aqui na arena já não tem mais nada.
At age 13, carving knife in hand, I killed beasts for the amusement of the filthy. At 15, they thought me worthy to fight a fellow man. A butcher he was, twice as big and twice as stupid as I. And butcher, and many like him, earned my way, kill by kill, out of the awful pit and into the grand arena. I thought I would find wealth and glory in the arena. I was wrong. I found something far more precious. My Lady Merveille.
Merveille, ela é chefe ali do primeiro ato, aquela sereia, né? Será que dá pra trocar essa coisa pela estátua? Dá. Vamos pra arena de novo. A música tá alta pra caramba.
I turned my opponent's strike and killed the man with his own dagger. Fighting had always been about survival, a primal instinct to kill or be killed. Now, the fight became about something else.
Que é outra arena? Agora o que tem nessa outra aqui?
And stronger than I. Yet I needed only look up at my Lady Merveille to know that I had no choice. I could not die this day. I made him shield under every parry, striking with all of my might so that my arms felt they might snap with every impact. All the while, I studied his face, watching for that moment when he began to doubt. There, burning with pain, empty with exhaustion, I stepped inside his faltering swing and I slit the giant's throat. I did not take my victory. I looked in the sun, looked to Merveille, and cried out for my lady's hand in marriage. From that day forth, I wore the crown of swords upon my head and the ring of eternal love upon my finger.
Ring das Lâminas. Agora eu acho que chegou no Dareço.
A king of swords is nothing. Defend his crown.
Derreteu.
Sorry to have to break this to you, Duressa, but she's not real.
Ô caralho, não tem mais espaço pra nada. Vamos voltar lá então na vila. Tá. A gente vai ter que voltar lá para as veias de cristal, então.
desire together again. Lovely and lovely. Facets so shiny, replete with the vim of murdered souls. My Malachi did the crafting. Beautiful work. General Adis did the murdering. Equally beautiful work, in its own juicy way. Num-num's time, my little rapture. Have you ever been to the end of the world before, my king? Asked the blackest monkey. No, I have not, realized the Monkey King. There is my reason to go where you go, be where you be, my king, concluded the blackest monkey in a voice as warm and welcoming as death. Do you know who wrote that? Not a cockroach? Victorio Navalius, the people's poet of song. He was my friend, and I betrayed him. Took his love and burned it before his eyes. Now I am betrayed. My heart burned black by the one man I loved. Malachi. He's found a new heart, you see. A beast's heart to cuddle up to keep him warm and safe at the end of the world. Today, I remind Malachi of his betrayal. Today, it is his turn to burn. Malachi's devices, his creations. He loved them all, not me. He betrayed me then, said he loved me, then said he wanted me to die. He betrays me now, lets me suffer, lets me wither. Am I the one and only mistake that you ever made, Malachi? Yes, that's me. Diala, the Gemling Queen. Malachi's misdemeanor. Make him regret his mistake. Not a cockroach. Tear open the beast's black heart. Rip Malachi from his filthy little nightmare. Cut him. Crush him. Burn him from existence. He deserves no better. And I deserve no worse. No love for me. No love. No love. No love.
Ah, tem que falar com a Diala na vila para pegar a recompensa aqui. Vamos lá falar com ela.
What is that in your eyes? That glistening, that softness. Is that pity? Take those pitying eyes away before I pluck them from your face. I need but one thing from you now. Malachi. Dead. Take this. I've given everything else to him. My youth and beauty, my body and mind, my heart, and at last, the only thing he ever gave to me in return, my gemling power. This is all I have left. I entrust it to you, not a cockroach. Malachi taught me not to trust anyone. It is time to forget everything that Malachi taught me.
Aqui a gente vai pegar... Vai pegar essa daqui, ataques múltiplos.
Still I live.
It's not every day you get to walk into a living, breathing nightmare. Better this way.
Opa, orbe régio.
Much clutter.
Tá, chegamos nas entranhas da besta. Só vou voltar ali pra ver o que tem aqui pra trás. Beleza. Finalizamos o mapa. Agora vamos lá para as entranhas.
For me, sister. It's not often we get to erase our failures.
Nossa senhora, malandro. Olha o dano dessa desgraçada, velho. Porra! Minha nossa. E agora, o que eu faço? Puta, perdi a minha estátua aqui, caralho. Não tem onde se esconder aqui, mano.
Our mistakes can be our greatest achievements.
Nossa senhora, mano.
That's twice I've underestimated you, sister. Twice now that your talents have proved to exceed even mine. So it looks like you'll be the one to finish what I so blindly started. Part of me wishes I'd died at your feet as was intended. The little girl within me that shies from darkness, from greatness. It was Malachi who reached out to me, who wrapped me in nightmare, made me his slave. He has shown me greatness beyond imagining. So much that I thought my mind would shatter under its weight. And although my mind remains intact, my dreams were not so fortunate. Malachi is in the beast's black core right now, harnessing all that the beast is and will be. He will destroy this world and forge it anew in the divine image of nightmare. Yet as powerful as Malachi has become, he is neither unreachable nor invulnerable. He sacrificed much to become the beast's prime servant, both in spirit and in flesh, yet 3 vital organs remain. His heart, lungs, and entrails, keepsakes of humanity lost. They will be our tickets into Malachi's private little show. Venture deeper, deep into Nightmare's abattoir. I'll follow when I'm able. You find me those organs, and I'll get us into the black core. Malachi chose his 3 most loyal servants to guard those precious innards. His godless 3. Inquisitor Malagaro, Chevron of Umbra, and Doedri Darktongue. If the history books are accurate, High Templar Vol burned Malagaro and Doedri at the stake on his way to lay siege to Sarn. He didn't have to worry himself with Chevron. Brutus had already sorted her out. Yet slaves of nightmare seem to be shackled just as tightly to life as they are to the beast. I, of course, am living proof of that. Don't worry yourself with that little detail, though. Shackles are made to be unlocked.
Tá, a gente precisa encontrar os órgãos. É aqui? A colheita.
It seems I've underestimated piety. Good. I like surprises.
Ah, tá. Aqui são 3 arenas diferentes. Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui só pra ver se o mapa é...
You will make such lovely material. Beauty shall
After Brutus, I'm glad I won't be seeing any more of your work. We witches have to have some stuff.
Eu quero essa aranha aqui. Isso.
Dissection time.
Too much clutter.
Eu não consigo carregar.
I hate to be critical, but
Tá, aqui já completamos o mapa aqui, então eu vou ler a lore aqui.
On this day, the eve of this rapture's completion, I honor those who have passed, and whose passion and knowledge have brought us to the brink of salvation. Inquisitor Maligaro, a creative force without equal. Chiron of Ambra, an aesthete of transcendent sensibility. Duedri Dacta, an idol of fervor and dedication. You taught me far more than I ever taught you, my students. My friends, we strove to make a greater world together, and in your memory, I shall make that world a reality. Malachi.
Vamos entregar aqui pra Piety.
Before we walk this path together, it's important that you understand one thing about me. I don't regret a single thing that I've done. I set out to raise humanity up from the cloying mud of its fleshly ignorance. My mistake was not in the aspiration, but in the execution. Now I intend to correct that mistake. Really, I'm not helping you, Exile. You're helping me. So, have you found those juicy organs for me yet? You've come such a long way since we first met in Axiom Prison. I was that close to snuffing you out then and there, sister. But now look at us, working together to destroy the greatest terror that Wraeclast has ever known. If I were the crying type, it'd bring a tear to my eye. Malachi chose his three... Malachi knew exactly what he was doing when he created the Rapture. His primary concern, get inside the beast and take up the reins of true power. And his second objective, incite a cataclysm that would wipe the very thought of resistance from this land. The beast is the source of all thaumaturgy, the one power in this world that transforms what is real into what is imagined. The entire world is now at the mercy of one man's vision. It won't be the future I imagined, and it won't be the future you imagined either. For he remains within the black core. The only imagination that matters is Malachi's.
Tá, eu vou dar uma olhada aqui no núcleo sombrio. E se for um mapa muito grande, eu vou pra vila organizar meus itens. Depois eu volto aqui e faço. Vamos dar uma olhada. Ah não, já é o chefe já.
This is what I get for trying to be a bloody hero. Who'd have thought you'd be so suited to the role? I was convinced I'd made a fatal mistake in sparing your life in Axiom Prison. Fatal, yes, but a mistake? No. Go now, sister. It's up to you to teach Malachi the true definition of nightmare.
I hope he doesn't listen.
Let us see if you truly understand what it means to be nightmare. Nightmare is the true eternal.
better. He was so frightened of death. Now that we're better acquainted, it's really not so bad once you get to know it.
What cannot be understood should be feared. It is the first rule that a child learns. There is no shame in my saying this. I fear you, witch. The Gemling Queen has given of that black life of hers. For what? To wound and wake the beast that should have been slaughtered in its sleep. Diala's path would lead us into cataclysm. Follow your own path from now on. I'm watching you.
It's obvious to everyone now.
There's no one like you, witch.
The beast learned that the hard way.
And the whole of Wraeclast will learn about it, one way or another.
So I guess this is the happily ever after they promised us when we were kids, right, Vanya?
For us, for Wraeclast, maybe. What about you, sister? Do you even know what that looks like for you?
There's plenty of happiness to go around now.
You deserve a piece of it.
Diala saw the mistakes of the past with her own eyes, and now she's given everything to fix them. Right, Vanya?
I don't know, Pataris. I saw people die for each other in San. I saw clarity, resolution in their eyes. In Diala's eyes, I see ghosts.
Those eyes have seen horrors that we can't even imagine.
Maybe. But this sacrifice of hers, I think it was more like a deal, and Diala didn't quite get what she bargained for. Piety. She still lives.
Then she needs to die again.
Permanently this time. I honestly don't know who I am more scared of. The beast or that black-hearted witch.
It's the combination that scares me. And it should scare you too, Exile. You killed the Sword King?
Deresso wasn't actually alive, Pataris.
Deresso must have thought he was alive.
True. Thinking and being. A bit of a blurred line here in Wraeclast.
Exactly. See ya.
Vamos falar com os outros personagens aqui. Já vou falar com o Tasune aqui.
Ah, witch. I knew you would embrace the beast. Yet, I couldn't know that you would squeeze the very life from it. Honestly, didn't think you had that much love in you. Now, one thing remains to be seen. Your regard, your touch, your embrace can mean only doom for the loved. Please, choose your loves wisely, witch, lest you break poor Oriath's heart. Yes, that's right. Oriath. Upon the mountain high, a gateway has opened. One that shall lead you back home. Hurry. For as the death throes of the beast soften and still, I see the gate beginning to close. Follow your heart, witch, no matter how dark it becomes. When a boil is fat with infection, it glistens with the luster of false youth. Lance that boil, and it weeps its corruption away and shrivels to nothing. Whether by purpose or desire, you are the physician who has reviewed Diala's truest nature. Deresso was always a good man at heart, chained to an eternity of love and triumph. You set him free. Nightmare gave Kaom everything he ever dreamed of. How did it feel to make that dream die? Upon death, our bodies return to the ground. Those that are marked with darkness nourish the corruption. Those that were mighty in life are stolen away. They are carved and crafted, manipulated with malevolent creativity into becoming Malachi's servants, forged into ghasts of pure nightmare. If Deshret were able, she'd thank you for dispatching her tormentors, Malachi's wicked little trio. You have to content yourself with my thanks instead. Deshret has been avenged, as is the way of the Maraketh. Tidiness helps one sleep at night, don't you think? You've done yourself proud today, Exile.
The little girl walked into a dark, dark cave. The little girl met a dark, dark beast. The little girl ate its dark, dark heart. My Malachi is dead. I knew it, felt it, understood it the moment you struck the final blow. I was the Gemling Queen, and now my king is dead. We dreamed only the greatest dreams, Malachi and I. A truly eternal empire, eternal life, eternal love, a future no longer afraid of the past, eternal lies, eternal loss. Those are our true gifts to Wraeclast. This land could not have asked for a worse king and queen. Wraeclast leaves the past behind it now. Malachi's past. My past. It thanks you, not a cockroach. It loves you. I wish that I could do the same. The little cockroach witch. Malachi chose her. Chose her over me. Use her then. Use her as Malachi uses her. Burn betrayal with betrayal. It's all they deserve. No love.
I was right to have faith in you, Cursebreaker. You have succeeded where we have failed. You have slain a creature that was thought to live forever in the minds of those who came before you. Vol, Daresso, Kaum, Deshret, the greatest champions Wraeclast has seen in the last 300 years. You stood where they fell. Now you are the champion of champions, and Wraeclast should bow at your feet in gratitude. You certainly have my gratitude, and that of my Akara. We have been exiled from our land by fear and misguided duty. Now we may return, to ride where we will, live how we wish. Cursebreaker, giver of freedom, we thank you. I am told that you have put King Kaum down to his final rest. Cursebreaker, and now the murderer of legends. Great names hatch upon you like ticks on a roar. Diala's hopes may be crushed, but ours still thrive in you, Cursebreaker. From what Tasuni tells me, the beast's innards are now yours to penetrate. Diala has served her purpose. Now comes the time for you to serve yours. Find this Malachi that Diala mutters about so incessantly. If my understanding is true, then he is the mind of the beast. Kill him, and the body of Nightmare will die with him. Thank you for doing Deshret so great an honor. Your generosity shall be remembered. Act with care.
Agora a gente tem que acessar esse retorne a Oriath. Vamos acessar aqui.
Seems I've mastered Wraeclast.
E vai ter que escalar a montanha aqui. Vou fazer o seguinte. Vou voltar para Highgate. Vou organizar meus equipamentos aqui, as coisas que eu tenho para vender no baú. E a gente faz logo em seguida o próximo mapa. Já organizei os baús aqui. Organizei o que dava, né? Ainda tem algumas coisas que eu preciso organizar mais. Mas já vamos fazer essa missão aqui, retorne a Oriath. Vou pegar o mapa aqui. Isso, a ascensão aqui. A gente segue o caminho aqui. Retorne a Oriath, escale a ascensão para encontrar o portal de volta a Oriath. Aqui é um caminho, vamos tentar fazer o perímetro do mapa aqui. Pegar esses pergaminhos da sabedoria, porque a gente acaba revelando bastante item. Tem uma essência aqui. Isso aqui dá recipe, será? Eu acho que tem que estar os três linkados, né? Se dá o Chromatic Orb lá. Eu não lembro agora. Eu acho que mais. Eu acho que tem que estar os três linkados para dar o Chromatic Orb. Já tô com o inventário lotado, né? Eu guardo essas coisas no baú.
What is it, Exile?
Não, não dá Chromatic Orb. Tem que estar linkado. Já vou guardar esse pergaminho da sabedoria aqui, depois eu... Na hora que eu for vender esses itens no NPC, eu faço a... Eu revelo eles, né? Eles... Revelado, eu acho que dá mais item. Instruções do ressonador.
Captain Tavares. Altitude is imperative to forging a stable connection with the prime resonator in Theopolis. Power source is equally vital. Locate a fissure in the mountainside and lower a conductive cable into it. The deeper, the better. It will take an immense amount of thaumaturgical energy to execute the successful disintegration and transmission of objects, both inanimate and animate. between Highgate and Theopolis. For that kind of power, we must tap the origin. I needn't remind you of the consequences should either of those elements prove deficient. That is why I would like you, Tavares, to be the first to test the resonator once it is operational. Accountability is a perfect counterweight to ambition. High Templar Dominus.
Portal de Oriaf. Já estamos com o marcador aqui e a gente chegou no ato 5. Volta lá para a cidade Highgate para encerrar o vídeo e organizar o baú. Então é isso, pessoal. Muito obrigado a você que está acompanhando a série. Vejo vocês no próximo vídeo ali fazendo o ato 5. E é isso aí. Até a próxima. Valeu!